So, Deeks, a 2-1 win at home against Stocksbridge Park Steels today. How do you reflect on that performance?
Again, probably similar to Saturday up in Newcastle. We just had to battle. Every team you play against, like I said, they're not going to give up. And to be fair to them, towards the end, they probably could have nicked one. We was counter-attacking. We probably could have scored another. It was just that game where two teams, good teams, were going at it, and we've come out on top. I think, on the balance of the chances, I think it was pretty fair overall. And it was always going to be one of them tight games where a side will nick it 2-1 or 1-0 or probably a draw. So I think it was a good battling performance from my lads. I asked them before the game to give me the same desire, determination. They did that. They competed all over the field. There's some tired legs out there. I opted to keep the same team. I felt they earned the right to play again after the performance Saturday. But it gives you massive team a massive boost when you can bring the players on like Jebbo, like Ashaya. You've got Jack on there, very similar, and I have to make them decisions, and then obviously Hutch coming on late on, just to shore things up a little bit in both boxes for us and hold the ball up. It's worked the last couple of weeks, and I think on reflection maybe that's not been the case in the prior games. But every single one of them to a man again tonight was excellent. They put themselves on the line, they give me everything they've got, and that's all I can ever ask of them.
And of course it was Jamie Walker that got both the goals today. Scoring's been a bit of a habit for him now.
Yeah, I've just said to Tom in the changing room, he deserved the goal tonight for all his hard work and his endeavour. It was just going wide of the post, and I said, it'll come. You're a threat constantly, and tonight Jamie scored the goals. He took his goals very well. Penalty was excellent. I don't think he's gone the right way, but he couldn't get it because he was right in the corner off the post and in. And then the second one, he kind of took a little bit early, maybe caught the keeper out. But a great finish again into the bottom corner, and they're the moments of quality that you need on the pitch when you get in certain situations like that. The whole team's grinding to keep us a clean sheet, or keep us in the game, or give us a base to play from, and it's up. Unfortunately, the lads at the top get the stick if they're missing the chances. Tonight we stuck two away, and I'm pleased for Jamie because his form's been great this year. He's scored a lot of goals, he's made a lot of assists, but Jebbo's come on in the last two games and set two up. So everybody plays their part. Tonight, Jamie's night with a couple of goals.
Someone I'd like to focus on a little bit is Callum. He obviously joined not long ago, really. Started in defence, he's been moved into midfield now, but just how much of a difference has he made to that midfield since moving there?
I think he gives us energy and legs, and a tenacity in there. And he seems to always be in the right place, and I think that now he's playing at the back. He's a very versatile player and he's valuable to us. He can play right back, like I said when he first came in. Initially he was a bit higher up as a youngster playing for Derby County, but he just has that nous and that reading of the game, similar to probably Danny Gordon does, where he seems to be in the right position. But the energy and legs in there, obviously, Tom wins a lot of headers in there, does the horrible stuff, and Callum does it as well. But I think he's been valuable to us, moving him up one. Just gives us that platform in midfield where we're landing on second balls, and with the pitches the way they are at the minute, ours is pretty good, but in this time of year you need that because people make mistakes. It's not through the want to try, and it's just sometimes the bounce of the ball, or it doesn't bounce, or and on heavy pitches it's valuable that you have them legs. So he's been excellent, and hopefully we'll look at his injury, just an awkward fall. I think he jarred it, but we're hoping for the best, and we'll assess him obviously this week in training and see how he is.
And you look back a few weeks, back to the tough defeat going away to Worksop, and you look at the games we've played since then. We've played second, fourth, fifth, 2 wins and a draw. How pleased have you been with the lads' attitude to bounce back from that heavy defeat to go out and put on performances like this?
Yeah, you probably hit the nail on the head. I can't praise them enough. And I said to him after the game, I didn't go off the wall at him. It wasn't going to achieve anything after the Worksop game. But I said, what it will do is you'll either really show me a reaction, or you'll never recover from it, some of you. And as a collective, as a group, they recovered from it and showed me something. And that's what you need. That's what you want to see from your teams. When you're defeated, especially the way that we was. We had a lot of young players out there. And they've shown some real grit and determination to bounce back from that in the face of adversity, and everyone's probably looking at that result 3 weeks ago going, wow, they got battered 7-1, but the way that they've conducted themselves coming back there and showing basically everybody that what they've got in terms of the togetherness, the fight, they're good players, they're hard to play against now, and I think it's something that you experience in football over a career, and you learn how to deal with it better when it happens, but you should always keep that kind of feeling in the pit of your stomach where you go, that's never going to happen to me again. And I think that's what they've done in the last 3 games. They've just put everything out on the line, and when they play like that, I can't ask any more of them, and I asked them to show me a reaction, and they've done that, and they've done it quite comprehensively as well.
And now, obviously, moving forward, as we potentially even look to now push for potentially a playoff spot, but it's Tadcaster at home on Saturday. And then, so what are your thoughts sort of going into that one?
Taking one game as it comes. I've just said to the lads in there, that's all you can do now. Take one game as it comes, and each game's tough. You know, every team that you play against in this league is tough, and you have to raise your game every time. If you continue to do that, play at the level that they're playing at, and that consistency word that we mentioned a couple of weeks ago, you know, you'll be right up there. But we're not looking too far ahead. We're looking at, you know, training on Thursday, to be honest with you, moving into that game, and we'll prep for that, and we'll do our homework, and we'll give them the same respect as we give anybody else, and that's how you should always be in football. I think when you do that and the lads understand that, and they play each game like it's their last, like I ask them to do. I always say to them, you know, if you come off that pitch, if that was your last game, how would you want to be remembered? If you leave it all out there, you want to be remembered fondly. So they do that every time they go out. It'll be a tough game on, under no illusion again, but like I said, we'll assess the lads. There's some tired legs in there after the round trip on Saturday, and then obviously Tuesday night, but the games come thick and fast, and that's the beauty of the squad. We can utilise that now. You know, we'll see how the boys are, but yeah, we're looking forward to the game on Saturday again.